Buhari is an unrepentant tribalist. Afenifere blast Nigerian president. The Yoruba Pan-social political group Afenifere have slammed President Muhammadu Buhari over his comments during an interview on Arise TV. The group's Security General Chief Shola Abiseni stated that President Muhammadu Buhari's engagement was full of lies, inconsistencies, contradictions, and utter disrespect for the ethnic nationalities, including their elected governors. They also described him as an unrepentant tribalist. The statement titled, "Our Irredeemable President," it read, President Muhammadu Buhari has shared contempt for Nigerians as an unrepentant tribalist. First, his arranged interview on Arise television is not a subsistence for the clamor of Nigerians that the president, as a father of federation, should speak to Nigerians in these critical times. Secondly, his engagement was full of lies, inconsistencies, contradictions, and utter respect for the ethnic nationality. He is pathetically unschooled in the constitution, which he often claims to guide him in spite of its manifest flaws. On Buhari's response to claim of lopsided appointment in his administration, Afenifere said, the president claims that his appointment in the armed forces is based on merit and seniority and not to satisfy geopolitical zones, is a violation of the letters and also the intendment of the provisions of sections 217 to 2020 dealing with the armed forces of the Federation and appointment thereto. Specifically, section 217 of 3 provides that the composition of the officer corps and other ranks of the armed forces of the Federation shall reflect the federal character of Nigeria. The section 219, all the powers given the president, including the appointment of service chiefs, is just to suggest to the acts of the National Assembly, ensuring the reflection of the federal character. Even his latest appointment of the Chief of Army Staff is flown particularly on seniority. The Constitution never contemplates nor approves of the situation under President Muhammadu Buhari, where 90% of the commanding heights of the armed forces and security architecture will be from only northern Nigeria and only the two zones of north, east, and northwest. In any case, anyone familiar with the history of President Muhammadu Buhari leading will appreciate that he is the only Nigerian leader, even among military head of state, whose government himself, second in command as Chief of Staff Supreme Headquarters, and top echelon were all Northerners. It was after his death that many Nigerians knew Adeogbon was Fulani of Ilorin. The group also accused President Muhammadu Buhari of taking delight in ridiculing Indigo, which he used IPOB to represent. The statement added, the president takes delight in ridiculing the Indigo, which he used IPOB to represent. So thus, to him, the Igbo and their territory is just a dot in the circle of the map of Nigeria, which even if the seced could exist to now hear, since the elders and youth of the South had assured him of not being part of the secessionist agenda. He couldn't have been reacting to the IPOB, but the Igbo, who, he said, had businesses everywhere. His utterances were very unpresidential and in a mood of common expressions with some unidentifiable northern organizations. On open grazing, Afenifere said that the president owned up to the statement of Garba Shehu, his most uninformed spokesman, that the ban on open grazing by the governors was illegal, and he could not even take a new statement that would contradict him. He is delighted that governors are chief security officers without any security powers. Yet, he asked two of the South-West governors to exercise a non-existent power to deal with terrorist herdsmen who, he acknowledged, bear arms, even as foreigners, against Nigerian citizens. It is painful that our president has no solution rather than the braggadocios of reopening open grazing routes in states by repossessing such lands for his beloved herdsmen. Let the president be told that the Yoruba people are solidly behind our governors, that not an inch of land in our territory will be carved out for any grazing reserves or cattle colony. If the president has any respect for such vaunted constitution, he will know that he has no such power over land use. Nemo that quotes non-habits. Thank you, viewers, for listening to this news. This is a beautiful news by Afenifere. This is lovely. Oh, wow. This is so lovely. I love this. This is interesting. And of the truth, there will be disaster in Nigeria without restructuring to some people, and to some there won't be. According to the news I've just read, not quite long. But this one I just read now is all about Buhari. Afenifere blasting Nigerian President Buhari. He said Buhari is an unrepentant trabalistic. Yes. What that means is Buhari is tribalistic. It's tribalistic. Look at, because he's from the north, doesn't mean that he will keep appointing northerners as his aide, or giving northerners alone a position in Aso Rock. You can imagine all the people in Aso Rock, all his ministers, his aides, they are all northerners. This is very bad. This is what Afenifere is trying to see, that Buhari is unrepentant, tribalistic. Yes, despite the advice given to President Modiba, he still kept on appointing those people, the northerners. Can you imagine that? Anyways, that is all I have to say for now. So viewers, I know you also have one or two comments to give concerning, or to drop concerning this news.